Welcome to Roof Racks 101. A roof rack is a functional addition to any vehicle. It opens up tons of gear hauling possibilities, from bikes to kayaks, skis to cargo. It's really the first step in building your perfect adventure mobile. But it can be a little challenging to figure out what the right configuration is for your vehicle. So today, we have them all laid out here for you, and we're gonna walk around our parking lot and look at some vehicle configurations and help you understand what's right for you. So we're at our first stop here to talk about what a roof rack really is before we get into the specifics of building your Yakima roof rack. The important piece is the crossbar, which is your bar running from door to door. A lot of vehicles, you'll see some sort of side rail or something like that. You really don't have a complete roof rack until you have that crossbar. And some vehicles, like this one right here, come with what are called factory crossbars. So if you buy that vehicle from the manufacturer, it's gonna come with a bar running door to door already installed. And as you can see, it is possible to use these factory crossbars to put mounts on. Right here we have a bike mount up on these bars. However, there are some limitations of factory crossbars. First, they're not always the strongest bars. They're really designed for aesthetics more than they are for function. So you may have some limitations about how much weight you can put up here. Also, the bar is limited in width to between the rails. So you don't really have enough space to put on lots of bikes or a bike plus a cargo box. So you don't really have all of the multi-sport ability that you would with an aftermarket system. If your vehicle doesn't have any crossbars, or you want to upgrade those factory crossbars to a system that's stronger with more capacity, it's time to start building your Yakima roof rack system. A Yakima roof rack system consists of two main pieces: its tower with associated hardware and the crossbars. The tower is 100% dependent on the vehicle you're adding your roof rack system to. So you need to know your year, make, model, and roof type of the vehicle it's going on in order to properly fit it. If you go to yakima.com/fit with all of that information, it will tell you exactly which tower you need, and then you can move on to choosing your crossbar. But to help you out, we're gonna go around the parking lot and look at various vehicle types and which tower is associated with it, so you know you're putting the proper information in on the website. The first stop on our roof type tour is a naked roof. So naked roofs are common on smaller vehicles, some SUVs, as well as truck cabs. And this requires a clip system with our baseline tower. So now we're gonna go look at that system installed on another vehicle with a roof rack. So now we're at a naked roof vehicle that has a Yakima roof rack system already installed. This one's a truck, and you can see here, it's got the baseline tower and then your base clip clamped onto the vehicle's surface and really kind of creating a nice strong hold there at both doors. And that system, again, is baseline tower with your base clip mounting hardware for your vehicle, and it'll tell you that when you put it in at yakima.com/fit. Next up on the roof type tour, we've got raised side rails. So raised side rails are very simple to identify. They run the length of your vehicle, and you're able to put your hand between the rail and the roof. So let's go check out what a system looks like installed on that. So we've got a raised rail vehicle here with the Yakima system installed. Again, I can put my hand between the rail and the roof, and the tower here is the Timberline tower. The great thing about the Timberline tower is there's no associated mounting hardware that you go with it. It's just a tower, and then you get to choose your crossbars, which we'll get into later. Next up, we have flush side rails. So these are very similar to a raised side rail, run the length of the vehicle, except for you can't put your hand between the rail and the vehicle's roof. So let's take a look at what a system looks like installed on that. Now, flush side rails are unique because there's two different possibilities for your tower type depending on your particular flush rail. However, again, if you go to yakima.com/fit, it will tell you which tower is for your particular vehicle. In this case, we have the Ridgeline tower with ridge clips that's clamping around that flush rail and creating the roof rack system. Now here we have the second scenario for flush side rails. It uses our Skyline tower with a landing pad piece that bolts directly down into the top of that flush side rail. Now, if you go to our website and add your vehicle and shop that way, it will tell you exactly which piece you need for your flush side rail, whether it's the Ridgeline tower or this Skyline setup here. Next up on our tour, we have a fixed point roof. So these are the hardest roof types to identify just by looking at it because it looks very similar to a naked roof, which is that first roof we saw. So a fixed point roof, again, looks like a naked roof, but it does have some sort of attachment point. Typically, it's underneath a window that you need to pry open, or it has a pre-drilled hole that's connected down into the frame of the vehicle. So it's a very strong mounting system, but hard to identify. A good trick is when you put in your vehicle information at yakima.com/fit or check our fit book at a retailer, and it tells you that your vehicle's make, model, and year has a fixed point option, you should then go out and look at your vehicle and see if you can identify that fixed point area on your vehicle to attach to, because it is a really strong, secure option that you want to utilize if it's there. So now we're going to take a look at a rack system installed on a fixed point vehicle. So now we're back at that same fixed point vehicle with the Yakima roof rack system installed, and it uses our Skyline tower and landing pads. And again, if you add your vehicle to the website, it'll tell you which landing pad specifically you need for your vehicle. But one thing I wanted to point out about the Skyline tower, we've seen it twice now, is it is the quickest to attach tower really on the market in general. You just pop this cover open on one side, pop it open on the other, and you can take your whole crossbar off and put it away. And then just the landing pads stay up on your roof, and there's even covers that protect those from weather. So really good option here in the Skyline system. Next up on a roof type tour, we have tracks. So tracks are a slot that is pretty flush to the roof line, and you can mount your roof rack system into that. Now you see here it uses that Skyline system and landing pad we just talked about. And one unique thing about tracks is not a lot of vehicles come pre-installed with them. It's mostly older vehicles that you'll find with a stock track that's built in. However, Yakima, we make our own tracks, and you can put those onto vehicles that either don't have a fit, you want to do a completely custom solution on, or you have something like a travel trailer or some other piece of equipment that you want to mount racks to. So these just drill right in, and that creates your starting point for your roof rack system to build up from there. Last but certainly not least on a roof type tour, we've got rain gutters. So you don't see too many new vehicles coming out with rain gutters, but this old Delica here, it's got them built in, and we actually do make a tower that connects directly to that rain gutter to create your starting point for your roof rack. A little bit different than the other towers in that it only fits our old round bar, but a really easy to use system and perfect for those older vehicles you're trying to upfit with a rack system. All right, so hopefully you were able to identify which one of these roof type categories your vehicle falls into. And again, once you identify that and you put it into our website at yakima.com/fit, or you're at a retailer and check out our fit book, it's gonna tell you exactly which tower system you need for your vehicle, along with the associated mounting hardware. So really no option for you there, you just go with what your vehicle needs. However, when you get to the crossbar selection, you do get to choose what's right for you. And we do have a couple different options. When choosing your crossbar, you have two main options. First up is our aerodynamic steel bar, known as core bar. And next is our aerodynamic aluminum bar, known as Jetstream. Both of them have a very teardrop aerodynamic shape. That means they're super quiet on your roof. One of the main differences, besides material, is how the bars interact with the tower. On core bar, there's a collar that wraps around the bar to interface with the tower. On Jetstream, there's actually a track on the underside, which interfaces with the tower, giving it a cleaner look. Additionally, core bar is a little bit less expensive, so there's an advantage there. Jetstream has some other advantages that go with the cost. First, it has a T-slot on the top for some of our accessories that have T-slot integration. Also, the bar has a slight curve to it, which adds some aesthetic appeal because it matches the curvature of your roof. Jetstream is available in two colors, silver and black, whereas core bar is only available in the black color. All the tower systems are also compatible with our classic round bar. So if you have a pair of those lying around at home and you want to reuse them, you certainly can with a new tower. However, you do need to purchase an additional adapter known as a round bar SL adapter to integrate the towers with your round bars. Once you choose your crossbar type, it's time to choose the length that's best for you. We recommend a minimum crossbar length, which is really the smallest crossbar length that will still span the width of your vehicle. And when you choose that minimum length, the bar is going to typically end right at the tower or right just past the tower to match your vehicle's body width as best as possible. You can't go any smaller than what's recommended as far as crossbar length, but you can always go bigger. By choosing a wider crossbar, you're going to add some additional length outside of the tower to increase your gear capacity. Some of the clamps on a cargo box or a full bike mount can mount outside of the tower to really give you that extra space to carry more gear. But keep in mind, you only want to size up 1 or 2 times bigger than what's recommended, because if you go any more than that, your bars might end up wider than your side view mirrors, which is illegal in most states. Once you've determined the tower system that's right for your vehicle and chosen the crossbar that's right for you, you can add a few accessories to your roof rack system to really give it that complete look. First is a windshield fairing. The fairing sits on the front crossbar and deflects wind up over top and really finishes the look of the rack aesthetically, as well as decreases noise when used with our round bars. Also, you can add locks to the towers to prevent someone from coming along and taking off that cover and removing and stealing your rack system. So it does add an extra level of security. Now that you've built your roof rack system, it's time to accessorize it with gear mounts. Whether you're a biker, a skier, or a family traveling that needs more cargo space, we have a solution for you. Be sure to go to yakima.com/fit to check your roof rack system information, as well as all of the compatible gear mounts that go with it. Thanks for tuning in and learning about our roof rack systems, and we'll see you out there on the road.